So far, and I'm sure there'll be more, my most embarrassing occurrence in the classroom happened here at this lab table. We were learning microscopes, and my nose got a tickle, and before I could do anything about it, I sneezed, and a snot rocket landed on my jeans in front of my entire 7th grade class. And one of them was kind enough to comfort me through that.
Well, it was actually outside the classroom. The very first year I taught, as you know, that I can be rather strict. And I was walking my students down to the cafeteria, and they were talking, so I turned around to tell them to quit talking, turned back around and ran into the pillar going into the cafeteria, and thought I about knocked myself out.
We were playing in a football game back when Coach Davis was the head coach, and kid gets tackled on the sideline and gets rolled over. Another one, and his foot hits me right in the privates. And when we're watching film over that game, Coach D just kept replaying that and showing me bending over in pain and laughing. So
I have lots of embarrassing moments, but probably falling over a desk might be the most embarrassing. I was helping a student, and I went to go back to my desk and just tripped right over the edge, and down I went.
There was this one time that I had really dressed up for the day, and I had heels on, and I had a pair of navy shoes, and I had a pair of black shoes, and I was sitting at my desk, and I looked down at my feet, and I had on 2 different colors. So I left my room, and I went down to a teacher that no longer teaches here, but her name was Sherry, and I went down to her, and I said, "Can you come down to my room and watch my class?" And I went home and changed shoes. But no one ever knew.
The most embarrassing moment in my classroom was actually outside the classroom, but it was this year. I was taking a student home. I had the principal in the Suburban with me. I go up on the kids' porch, and I face planted right there in front of them. Mr. McPhail said that he didn't really see it. He was looking at his phone, but the kid I was taking home asked me if I was okay, and the person inside the house just laughed and laughed.
There's been so many. One that comes to mind is, like every teacher, you getting tongue-tied and it just won't come out it won't come out right no matter what. And in class one day, I meant to say group of coaches. I don't remember what the deal was, but I meant group of coaches. And I kept saying group of coochies. Group of coochies. And I wasn't realizing I was saying it until somebody finally, the laughter erupts, and then I couldn't get it right after that. So that one probably tops the list.
It's going to have to be moments, plural. It's when something funny happens in class and I start laughing, and I laugh so hard that my smoker's cough comes out, and I'm not a smoker. And then there's a wheezy laugh, and then I think I snort. So personally, that's what's embarrassing for me.
Well, it wasn't exactly in the classroom, but it was on a school trip, a cross-country trip. And it was whenever I was carrying a bunch of stuff off the bus, I fell on the bus going down the stairs. And I had everything set on me so I couldn't get back up. And my 2 kids were there. And so my youngest daughter, Blair, said, "Let me help you," and tried to help me. And my oldest daughter, who's 15, of course, laughed at me, which didn't help. So I guess it would be that.
Actually, this happened when I was teaching at Sealing, and I had a class of 30 seniors, and thank goodness it was 30 seniors and not 30 7th graders, because, and this was back in the day of pop-ups and viruses on your computer and all of that, and I had clicked something that I shouldn't have clicked, and it started downloading a virus to my computer. Well, I called the IT lady, all this kind of jazz, but I was fixing to have class. So I turned on my whiteboard, had my lecture notes up there, and I was lecturing to this group of seniors, and all of a sudden they started laughing, and the front row started laughing, and then the second row started laughing, and I knew something was up, and I turned and looked, and there were pop-ups on my computer, and it was people doing things they should not have been doing on camera. And it was just popping up, and I was trying to exit out, and the more I tried to exit out, the more they popped up, and I couldn't reach my thing and find the thing to turn my projector off, and the seniors were dying. They thought it was the best day ever. So that was honestly my most embarrassing moment of my teaching career.